YouTube. It's your boy Flames back at it again. Bible reading video, man. Today, I'll be reading out of First Samuel, chapter 19. In the last chapters, we read about the story of David and Goliath, how Saul was getting increasingly more jealous of David, um, and, uh, yeah, just David is continuing to prosper even though Saul is trying to put him down, and the people are in favor of David, right? David slayed Goliath. He didn't fully fulfill his promise to David. David ended up getting his way anyway. David has favor of the Lord, and the Lord's really not with Saul anymore like that for real. Um, yeah, chapter 19, and the title of this chapter is called "Saul Tries to Kill David." So you can see the animosity is built up to a complete boiling point at this point. And Saul spoke to Jonathan, his son, and to all his servants, that they should kill David. But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, Saul my father seeks to kill you. Therefore be on your guard in the morning. Stay in a secret place and hide yourself, and I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are, and I will speak to my father about you. And if I learn anything, I will tell you. And Jonathan spoke well of David to Saul his father, and said to him, Let not the king sin against his servant David, because he has not sinned against you, and because his deeds have brought good to you. For he took his life in his hand, and he struck down the Philistine, and the Lord worked a great salvation for all Israel. You saw it and rejoiced. Then why do you sin against innocent blood by killing David without cause? And Saul listened to the voice of Jonathan. Saul swore, As the Lord lives, he shall not be put to death. Hold on one second. Hey, I'm gonna need like a couple minutes, okay? Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Okay. I apologize about that. I'm sorry. Um, okay. Where did we leave off? You saw it and rejoiced. Why then will you sin against innocent blood by killing David without cause? And Saul listened to the voice of Jonathan. Saul swore, As the Lord lives, he shall not be put to death. And Jonathan called David, and Jonathan reported to him all these things. And Jonathan brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence as before. And there was war again. And David went out and fought with the Philistines and struck them with a great blow, so that they fled before him. Then a harmful spirit from the Lord came upon Saul as he sat in his house with a spear in his hand, and David was playing the lyre. And Saul sought to pin David to the wall with the spear, but he eluded Saul, so that he struck the spear into the wall, and David fled and escaped that night. So kind of the same thing that happened before, right? And they said that Saul was influenced by by a spirit, right? Now you gotta understand, um you can be a Christian. This is an example. God or Saul believed in God. He might have not been completely walking with God and was being very disobedient at this time, but he still believed in God and who God was, correct? He knew who the Lord was. He knew the extent of the Lord's power. And he was able to get influenced by the Spirit, right? Um, for the things that he was doing. And he was opening those doors to allow that to happen to himself. So that is why we still got to be on our toes, even if we know God, because we can be straying away and being disobedient and still know the truth, but really be playing for the other side and being used for evil, right? Yeah. Um, Saul sent messengers to David's house to watch him, that he might kill him in the morning. But Michal, David's wife, told him, If you do not escape with your life tonight, tomorrow you will be killed. So Michal let David down through the window, and he fled away and escaped. Michal took an image and laid it on the bed, and put a pillow of goat's hair at its head, and covered it with the clothes. And when Saul sent messengers to take David, she said, He is sick. Then Saul sent the messengers to see David, saying, Bring him up to me in the bed, that I may kill him. And when the messengers came in, behold, the image was in the bed, with the pillow of goat's hair at its head. Saul said to Michal, Why have you deceived me thus, and let my enemy go, so that he has escaped? Michal answered Saul. He said to me, Let me go. Why should I kill you? Now David fled and escaped, and he came to Samuel at Ramah and told him all that Saul had done to him. And he and Samuel went and lived at Naioth. And it was told Saul, Behold, David is at Naioth in Ramah. And Saul sent messengers to take David, and when they saw the company of the prophets prophesying, and Samuel standing at head over them, the Spirit of God came upon the messengers of Saul, and they also prophesied. When it was told Saul, he sent other messengers, and they also prophesied. So basically, Samuel and these group of people they're like just a group prophesying about God, because Samuel was anointed, bro. He had the Holy Spirit came upon him, right? He was anointed in the Holy Spirit. He was anointed in the Holy Spirit. The people around him just kept getting. His influence was so great. His faith was so great. Just people around him start prophesying, right? And it's not what he being great. His faith. And it would okay. And he himself went to Ramah and came to a great wall that is Seku. And he asked, Where are Samuel and David? And one said, Behold, they are at Noith and Ramah. And he went there to Noith and Ramah, and the Spirit of God came upon him also. And as he went, he prophesied until he came to Noith and Ramah. And he too stripped off his clothes, and he too prophesied before Samuel and lay naked all that day and all that night. Thus it is said, Is Saul also among the prophets? So he went, and he got taken over by the Spirit of God too and started prophesying. Crazy man, like just ripping off his clothes, bro. Like he was wilding. But yeah, that goes to show like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Somebody who had that much vengeance in their heart was thinking that evil. The presence of God made him feel like that. But yeah, y'all, that's it for today's first video. I'm about to make the second one probably a little bit later. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love y'all so much. And thank y'all. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Bye.